Yes, mbaye ikaze inshuti bakunze kunda kubana nanjye mu biganiro bya EDR TV. Ni everyday's life cyangwa se day to day life. Topic of the day today, ndashaka ko tuvuga kuri mental health y'umunyeshuri nyine watinze mu ishuri, cyangwa se umukomparinze no wese acikiriza. From that topic ninge OB Films mugiye kujya muganira, then tujye kurebera hamwe kuri icyo kiganiro tugirana. Ndajya mvanga indimi nta kibazo, nizere ko murabyumva. Ngiye kwifashisha ubumenyi nakuye muri Red Cross, cyangwa se nakoze amahugurwa ajyanye na first aid, uburyo batanga ubutabazi bw'ibanze. Kubera iyi topic natekereje, ariko ndavuga one of the testimonies nshaka gushyiramo, ndajya nzishyira mu cyongereza so that abantu bose ntabwo baramenya nyine impamvu. Kubera ko sometime abantu batinze bari ku ishuri, they struggled sometime. Iyo atinze kubona akazi cyangwa se akabona akazi akazi nyine katamuha amafaranga yo yifuza nkenerwa, bituma abaho ubuzima nyine budafunguye. So that's one of the topic we are going to share today. So wenda mpereye kuri one of the testimony. One of the guy whom we studied together at primary, I've met him. He was good, and he was one of the best muri mwishuri, yabaga uwa mbere. So umunsi twahuye, he was like, this guy was broke and he wasn't even having what to express him as in the guy who studied. So he shared me the story, and I feel like I have to share with you. And another story was like another guy also who stopped the studies in primary. He came out and he ran the thing of daily life, like people who stopped studies. Then he just struggled. He take time. Then after seeing that there isn't enough money to continue the studies, he struggled to get money. Then he end up having a family, even children, even car. Yet the people whom they went to school and they continue to study, they end up having, like, they come out in school without having even those papers, and they also coming out with nothing to represent. Like, sometime you came out, you have that degree, but you can't get a job. You can't even struggle like people whom they didn't study, because those people who didn't study, they know how to struggle with life. They can do everything so that they manage this kind of life. Yet a person who came to school is like a children. He need another people to guide him, to show him how the life after school is. So sometimes you find out that guy who keep remaining in school, he end up finding out that if you don't get a good job, you struggle. So it's one of the interested topic whom we're going to share and have the conversation in. So from this topic I think you get what I was saying. Ndacheka tuje kubalansinga indimi. So from this topic I want to we shared on today, it was like you can ask yourself why do people have things which looks like stress or depression, or they changed, they start boozing. If it was a normal person who didn't do that, you end up find that the guy does. So what caused such? On that, you find some parents, they get worried about their kid and they feel, is it this guy whom I raise? Is it this the girl whom I raise? Where does the bad manners comes from? I didn't see such bad manners on him or on her. So where does it come from? Yet it come on that depression of finishing the school and he didn't get a job. And you also find that person, he came out, he gets a job. Also those ones, they are there. You find he came out, he get a good job. After getting a good job, he end up becoming a drunkard man. He took that money, he go for mariahs, and you end up seeing that that person, he learned bad manners from the friend whom they met after finishing the school. So I want to talk about those ones because those ones are good, are financed according their family, or I mean the life they came out with and they entered, they find the way. So I don't want to talk to those ones who find the way and they destroy it, I mean according to their bad manners. So I also want not to talk about those guys whom they have good family, even if they study or not, they don't have any problem about their family. So those ones they are okay, they are not struggling like us. So for us, our young brothers, they get affected with such issue, and also our parents also, they didn't develop themselves because of they was having it. I mean they were believing in what they are investing on us. Even if we are not saying that it has failed, but that's why this topic is, so that people who can help do such. Ndashaka kubihuza n'ikiganiro cya mbere nakoze cya papers zigomba kuba kuba ku banyeshuri bize hanze ntibabone equivalence kandi barize. Wenda nsubiye inyuma ho gato, nashyizeho agace gatoya kavuga uburyo umuntu ashaka ahindura impapuro zo mu Rwanda z'amanota yo mu wa gatandatu, ubundi ukabona nyine ugahabwa nyine degree muri kaminuza. Ibyo nyine ni one of the story yambayeho, ariko abantu bamwe babaye confused, bagira ngo hari ndi kuvuga amanota yo mu wa gatandatu y'u Buganda. Byo simbizi, abo bizeyo. Njyewe kuri story yanjye nize mu Rwanda, niga mu Rwanda segonderi na primaire, nagiye kwigayo kaminuza. So impapuro zo muri segonderi, diplome yo muri segonderi uyijyana muri minisiteri ishinzwe education y'i Bugande bakayishyira muri systeme yabo, bakabona bakakwemerera kwatendinga iyo faculty cyangwa se faculty ugiye kwigayo, bakareba niba ihuje amanota na faculty wahisemo kwiga. So wenda ntibiba confusing, hariya navugaga especially ku bantu bizeyo kaminuza ku ma university adafite high ranking yo kuba ari international. Ariko si ukuvuga ko amashuri yose y'i Bugande atemewe, ahubwo hari amwe n'amwe nyine badaha equivalence. So dukomeje rero noneho kuri iyi topic y'ubuzima bw'umunyeshuri urangije ishuri ntabona akazi, icyo tugiye kuganiraho ni uguhuzahuza uburyo dushobora kubalansinga such life babamo cyangwa se tubamo, kugira ngo tube accepted cyangwa se twakirwe muri society. So from that ni cyo kintu nyine cyatubayeho cyo kuvuga ngo ntabwo twabashije guhita twiyakira, bitewe n'uko ibyo twize ntabwo byabaye accepted yet. We went there for looking for the language so that we can contribute on our government or on our institution from Rwanda. So people who remain there ntabwo nabaveba, ariko our country is Rwanda, not Uganda. So on that topic tubihuje na mental health y'umunyeshuri. So now imagine you have studied 6 years of primary, you study also another 6 years of secondary, you also add 4 years of university, or some people do diploma, or they do also 3 years for those of business and IT, and another courses or another faculty they do such 3 years or 6 or 4. I think medicine they did 6. Yeah, it's the one who did 6. So as me, like, you have to take 6 of primary, you add also 6 years of secondary, is 12 years, you add 4, it is 12, and you also add the one which I was having, that is a lot of years of not spending of something which can't be benefited on. So after coming out, you find out the things you did, they are nothing. They can't even raise you up as yourself, not just looking for another people to help you, because your parent help you to get school fees, money for renting. Then after that you end up finding that no job. You also find sometimes even if you get job, it doesn't get you enough money, but that's life. Yet you see those people who remain in village. I have one of the testimony which is so interested about this life, and you feel like, man, what is that? I've left some of the guys in village. Then after coming out of school, you find those guys, they struggled, they build themselves, and they buy cars, they have good shop, and you feel like, now what way am I looking? If the study remain me like that, yet the people who remain in the village, they build themselves up to the extent of managing their life. You find out that you're still a student, to learn from them, and even to be helped with them. So that's why on this life of on this topic of mental health, I want to share with people concerned who are concerned with this about mental health, that you're not going to condemn the student or the people who remain until in university, because sometimes you end up seeing that, like as in myself, my parent couldn't pay for another kid from my family to reach on university, because you find out I came out not getting job, stable job, because sometimes I get, when it reaches like 2 months it stops. Yet those guys, have one of the guy whom I used to see, the guy, their family was broke, there was not having enough money. So for me, the salary of my dad was paying for my school fees. So those people, for them, they struggled. He started this driving thing. He worked for the bosses until he reached on extent of buying himself a car. After buying a car, he buy plot of land. He also get married. Yet he's like my young. So that's why when I'm talking about this topic, some of the people whom are in our government thing, they have to understand us, and they see what to do for us, because we are all not going to entertainment thing, because we are all not made for the entertainment. We youth, we are not going to fight like those stupid people from Kenya or Uganda, because those people, they are not serious. Because you can't shout so that things, you can't fight so that things get in the line. You have to sit and discuss. That's what even Museveni tell those Ugandans. So for us, like according to my topic of mental health about students, about the people who were studying, because nowadays there isn't a job, and also nowadays nothing to help as in those who keep remaining studies, because our parents, after paying the school fees, they don't have also the money to finance us, so that we make also business. Even if you have or you get, you still have to sit and study for those people who didn't remain in school. So that's what also make the student to suffer a lot. So on that topic, I want to say that we need help about we need to be financed, so that we get help from the government, like people who've been in such situation. You find like if you come out and life becomes harder, you end up finding a way of passing. That's where you find some people being pregnant, and they abort on the street. They become mariah. They smoke weed. they also get drunk. Because of what? Because of being stressed. Because like when you remain out, you utatumye ababyeyi batakaza. I mean, if you've been remaining home and you see how other people build themselves, you can't fail such formula. Yet you as yourself, parent takes you to school and you came out as still student, you have to learn things as in newcomer, and you see everything is new. That's where everything starts becoming harder. So on this topic, according to the people around whom I have seen, as in that guy which I was telling you at the first time, this guy was a teacher. He used to be a first at primary. We finish it. Then the guy also studied secondary. He finished it. Then from that moment, he didn't have the money to take him on university. After that, he came out. He went for teaching on nursery schools. He teach. From there, he was being paid 40,000. Imagine 40,000. So on that salary, his family, he was supposed to give his family 30,000 on that 40, which he been paid. Then he remained 10k. So that guy, he said that he teach 9 years. After that 9 years, the government stops them. After stopping them, he went home, and remember that their home, they wasn't having enough money. He lives with the mom and also sisters and the young brother. So on that moment, he's like he doesn't attend at school. Like his mental health is 1,000 dead because of that situation of being broke, no one to help them. I mean, no one who can finance such student who drop out and yet they have knowledge. Even those one who remains and which they doesn't have enough money to struggle, they end up being chased on that nursery school. So the guy was like, this life is so hard. Yet another story of that guy who stopped studies on primary, he end up build himself about, like, they do such work which when you came out of school, I mean when you finish school, you feel like this job I can't do. But for now, I'm telling you guys whom you feel like this job I can't do, you're supposed to do, because this is mental health, and I'm advising you to do each job you're getting. Because a bad job, I mean a job which is not good, it end up brings you a good one. So that's why you have to struggle with that, so that you build yourself and you end up find life like those ones whom they didn't. Because we end up finally seeing that the people who remain in village, they build themselves more than us. Up to now, we can't even step on their feet. So government, please, we are begging you that help us so that we also came out on the society, so that we finally find ourselves in the society, because you came out with papers, but you didn't come with money. You didn't came out with money. So after came out with papers, yet they spent the money from you. You end up also come and study life on earth. Yet you are studying life, studying inyuguti. You were studying calculation and the letters on the board. Then when you came out, you have to start another school of how you can get money. So that's what I want to share with you today, that the government, please, if you see this youth, they are fighting of government to be chased, and they say that they are tired of the government. You have to think about that, because from now, all African youth, I can't say that they don't have what to do. You just sit and be fed. After having the full stomach, what is that? What is in that being full? Eating only without doing anything, and sit and feel like, now I'm okay. What is okay in that? Because after eating, if you have your parents who have enough food to feed you, you ate. After eating, you sit and you look at yourself, from 24, in age 24 up to 30, you end up finding yourself that even if I'm eating, but I'm earning nothing, end up feeling like I'm going to fight. I'm going to quarrel about the government so that it can help me. So that's what is in all youth. But the good thing in Rwanda, we have good governance. We have our president who love his people, and he also love youth. So from that is why we want to say that we also need what to do. I'm advising the government that from school we learn, but we didn't practice a lot so that it can make us perfect as much. So on that's why we also need to be financed according our projects. And also the way these things of helping people, building what, you can also make a project where the electronic people, the people who did the electricity or such thing, where they meet and do the work and they be paid. And also people who studied the IT thing, you can make where they go. I think for them they have, but we also want to practice so that even the people who came even on the high school, they came out in a vacancy, they went there, so that we struggle, we see we see what to do. We finish school, also we keep on such thing, because finally is where we are going to find that life is about practicing what you did, what you studied, what you learned at school. So I think that was my topic of today. I think you enjoyed such kind of skills about mental. So see you next